Our coverage continues as the world watches trading attacks between Israel and Iran following the first of its kind strike by the U.S. over the weekend in Iran. Joining us now, former Pentagon official Dr. Michael Rubin. Michael, first of all, thank you for joining us. You now work for the American Enterprise Institute, specializing in Iran, Turkey, and the broader Middle East. To start off, in your opinion, how destructive was the U.S. strike to Iran's nuclear infrastructure?
It may have been destructive. The problem is it doesn't look like the uranium was there because we had engaged in such diplomatic hand-wringing that ultimately the Iranians were able to sneak out that uranium, which means somehow, somewhere, we need to be able to gain possession of that. Otherwise, it could be used to reconstitute Iran's nuclear program, or God forbid, it could fall into the wrong hands and be used in a dirty bomb.
Obviously, it's going to take a bit to get the bomb damage assessment, but key questions surrounding that. Even before the U.S. got involved, reports say FBI Director Kash Patel increased efforts to surveil sleeper cells linked to Hezbollah. At this point, how much farther will that effort go? Could this lead to any policy change or even regime change?
Well, you know, when it comes to the sleeper cells in the United States, this has been a problem for so long. It wasn't widely publicized, but in 2006, the FBI had actually become involved when a member of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps had infiltrated the Arkansas National Guard. They ended up getting him on immigration fraud charges. But then you've had assassination attempts and so forth. The key here, however, is sometimes the Iranian sleeper cells and the Hezbollah sleeper cells don't involve Iranians and Lebanese. Sometimes they're leveraging the Azerbaijani mafia or the Mexican cartels or so forth. Behind the scenes, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps has contacts with a lot of unsavory fellows.
After Iran's retaliation, I've heard multiple reports of people saying that this is symbolic in nature. Do you agree? Or if not, what do you think future retaliation from Iran looks like?
Oh, I very much do agree that this is largely performative, largely symbolic. What the Supreme Leader did is rip out a page from the playbook after the death of Qasem Soleimani when he attacked U.S. forces in Iraq, but he made sure that the Americans were well aware so that they could take cover, because what he wants to do is show his own people that he's acting, but he doesn't want to engender a large-scale response. So this is his effort to look for an off-ramp. At the same time, the Iranians are quite good at sponsoring terror, and what they're going to try to do for every terror attack over the next couple of years is say, well, the reason we did this is because you attacked the nuclear program. We shouldn't give them credit for that. They're acting insincerely, but what they want to do is take advantage of the far left, the libertarian right, and basically make us self-flagellate rather than recognize they have accountability for their own actions.
Sure to be a topic of discussion tomorrow as Trump meets with NATO counterparts. Dr. Michael Rubin, thank you for joining us tonight on the National News Desk.
Thank you, Didi.